That's the only dark cloud in the sky. The rest are kind of blue and white colors. Just that guy. It's evening again. We have a fire ban, so I can't burn the rest of it yet. But it's getting there. Gotta admit, it's much better. So, I thought I'd do a repeat of yesterday. Because we had another 2.5 hour marathon live stream. What's going on, Rhoni? You got skeeters, buddy? Skeeters are out. Yeah. Everybody's eating, drinking, pooping, the usual. It's just a gorgeous evening though. Just another lovely day. So anyway, so the 2.5 hour, I fed everybody. I've come to check and make sure. I think I'm going to top up Rhoni before the evening is through, even though he had a pile that he's still had a bit left over, so that was good. What's going on, Roo? You're still nice and fuzzy, so I don't know if the skeeters can even get to you. Yep, they can. Yeah, flies, skeeters, little bugs flying around. So we'll talk about fly spray and stuff like that soon. Some of it's effective, some of it isn't. Sometimes you just can't do anything about it. Everybody's happy. It's been a very... Oh, look at the willow tree starting to create... Oh, you're never going to be able to see that. Maybe there. There we go. Starting to create leaves. It's going to be all willowy soon. The birds are amazing. Yeah. Great live stream. Lots of action. Lots of horses doing all kinds of things. And then a little bit of liberty work at the end as usual, because I got to put them in and I got to take them out. In the very beginning I had a little bit of work with Rhoni to do because he took off on me. And here we are with Rhoni. He's the first horse to come in. And I go to go take his halter off, and this is not something that hasn't happened in the past, that's for sure, but we don't want it to happen. He has left me as fast as he can. So without looking at this as in he's done something wrong per se, what I want to do is I want to tell him or communicate with him that taking a halter off doesn't mean that the draw that I have when I have a halter on should subside, should fade at all. So what I have to do is I have to be able to drive, cut, draw, rehalter, come back out of the arena, go back in, and reset sort of that memory process for him. So the idea here is to look at it as in, if he wants to leave me that fast, it means that I'm not here. I had to get him to not run me over on his way out because I hadn't asked him out yet. Get him to go out, get him to come back in. But it's very important that he looks at me and says, when can I leave? I want to be hanging around with you because you asked me to be around, not just when you have a halter on. And it's really, really important because it's such a safety concern. So here I take the halter off, I pet him, I give him a hug, and then I leave him. So he knows that's when he can go. So if you haven't, look at these guys, loaded with food. It's all good here. If you haven't seen any of the live streams, check out live streams tab or playlist, whatever. Or the videos list, it should show it in there. I don't know, if you're bored, you know. Had a lot of people coming. It was a really good stream. Look at this log. I was going to mention, this cedar tree gets nibbled on quite a bit. It's perfect. Better than these things getting nibbled on, because they'll take forever to get to the log. I can't really say enough about being able to put logs and stuff in with horses because they'll chew on them. We don't really want them chewing on live trees like this one here, or Those ones over there. That one's kind of got a bit of a beatings down at the bottom. So, filled up waters while I was doing a live stream. Everybody's, where'd he go? Gotta do chores at the same time. So, at the end though, I did a little bit more work kind of thing. And I just mainly had the boys. How's it going, Rhoni? You have any more alfalfa left? Looks like it's pretty green in here. So whatever, man, just let me eat. I did some work with the two boys with the tail pulling. And there was a couple questions on what's with the tail pulling kind of idea. And so I gave an explanation near the end, but I know not a lot of people are going to watch 2.5 hours. The forest lighting is so nice. You take a look. When the sun starts to go down, it really lights up the greens and stuff like that. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it. This is my personal forest, in case anybody's wondering. Yeah. So, Lena, did he just kick you out? Just kick him in the shoulder. Why? What's happening? You need a scritchy scratch or something? What's that right here? I don't know if I've got it. Ooh, ah, look at this. It's snowing, Lena. It's snowing Lena hair. Yes. I don't know what to do. Go get them. Teach them a lesson. I know, there's skeeters all over. See, look. Got it, I think. Can't get them all, Lena. You'll have to fight them off with your antibodies. So, oh, you can just barely see the mountain again. You see that? Way out there. Oh, that's going to focus in. Yeah, let's turn down the exposure. There it is. The mountain. So, tail pulling. So I'll give an explanation. I'll show what I did. I did it with Luke. Luke's usually really good. I did it with Gracie, I think the day before. Okay, so this was amusingly March 25th, so not yesterday. But everybody was out, and I went and caught Gracie, and she went to leave, so I grabbed her tail. And as always, when I'm doing this, I give her a little scratch and make sure that she's understanding that if I do sort of pull on her tail, she'll get a little bit of a reward. But you can see how effective this technique can be when used. You know, say for example, you didn't have a rope and you need to go get your horse and they go to leave, and you could just grab them by the tail and just say, hey, come hang out over here with me. And here I demonstrate that I can do it with just a few strands kind of thing between my fingers. Really, really light pull. I tell her she's a good girl and all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, Gracie's definitely a champ at this. And at this point in time, she is better than any horse here. So, and I showed it, and she was amazing. She's been amazing for a long time. Luke, terrible. He used to be awesome at it. There's a Lena here on the and then he's no good. Okay, so this is today, and I've got Luke looped around his neck with the halter, which wasn't ideal. I should have had it on his face. So I'm giving a bit of a pull, and I know that he's sort of been failing at this for a little while now, and giving it a try. Clearly he's not getting it. So I keep kind of trying, but he keeps evading. So this is what a horse will normally do. Now, surprisingly, he used to be better than Gracie. He was just amazing and tip-top. But here he's not. So what I'm doing is I'm actually trying to block his eye so his front end won't keep coming around to me. And then at some point I can sort of release a little when he gives his back end. But instead of doing that, he puts his head up higher to sort of evade, so he can continue to have his back end move away from me rather than towards me. So there I got to back up. which was great. So I give him a scratch. I go to give it another try, imagining it's going to go well. But as you can see, he's got some skeeters on his face there. He's clearly not happy with the situation at the moment. But that said, though, I do know, and I've tried this before this time here, to get him to just give. And the technique generally, it's not something to be rushed. You want to take your time with it. You want to just, be able to pull lightly. And if I had the halter on his face, then I would probably use that and assist to get him to back up, because I could just pull. But I didn't. I just put it around his neck, expecting him to come. So here I'm sort of pulling a little bit straight back harder, like just leaning on it a little. And I have most of the tail in my hand. And there's nothing to really be concerned about. Horses sort of pull on each other's docks all the time and stuff like that. And he's just not responding to it at all. And I continue to try to block his face or block his eyes so he will move his front end away. But he's really struggling to get that back end to come towards me. And I don't know why this isn't sticking, why it hasn't stuck, why he hasn't been, just straight out fully trained to do this or taught to do this, and then it sticks. It didn't. So I've got to work on this again. But I can kind of tell it's not really going that well. And he's got these mosquitoes or flies or whatever's on his face that's really sort of distracting him. So with a little, hopefully with a little give, I could just kind of quit on something that's just light, small. So he comes to me and he draws to me with his face, which is actually a really good thing. We can't really fault him for that, and we leave. I'll work with him, but I ended up giving up on on working with him, because the skeeters were out and he was tossing his head, and I was like, this just sucks. But then I went to go get Rhoni and worked him through it. So I want to show that. All right. So in this part of the live stream, I brought Rhoni up from the back, drove him up, and he keeps drawing towards me. And I'm acting kind of sort of half frustrated there, because I wanted him to turn the other direction, but he turned all the way around and then still gave me his head. So you have to reward for that. That's a good thing. Put the halter on, have a chitty chat with him, give him a pat, tell him he's a good boy. Now, sometimes to get to a horse's tail, you got to brush their body as you make your way down. Otherwise, they might follow you around. Rhoni's the type of horse that would follow me around. So here I give a little pull on his tail, and I think I've done this with him in the past, but maybe not much. And he's thinking about it. His head's going left, it's going right. And so I just wait, and then I might sort of indicate a bit with the halter, and when he moves, then you can give a little release. There, right there. I try again, because I think he's done it in the past. So I have some confidence. Now, when a horse evades and they try to go away, just like with Luke, I'll try to go with him as much as I can while maintaining a bit of pressure, blocking that eye a little bit, trying to get back into position. Behind him there, we got a little bit of release, so I can loosen up my grip and then try again. And he keeps kind of going around. Now, he is sort of half following me and half evading. He's not really trying to pull away as bad as Luke. Luke was terrible. Rhoni is a smart cookie. And you can see here how blocking his eye actually got him pretty worried. So it was up to me to then sort of bring things back down, let him know he's okay, pet him, come back into the position that I'd like to be in, and then just start slow. And there he takes a step back. So we can give him a good scratch for that, tell him he's a really good boy and all that kind of stuff, and try again. And we'll wait. Just get patient. Let him think. He's thinking. He's looking back. He's wondering. And he's got a little bit, and there he stops. So I'll release on a stop. He's thinking. He's moving his feet. At least we got the feet moving a little bit. There's something to that as well. So he's gone away. So go with him. Come back. He's getting better at me coming back behind him, so I make sure to give him a scratch for that. Sometimes you can't get everything. But you start with trying to get everything. See where it fails. Now I've come to the right-hand side of him to see if I can get his face to come that way, so that maybe I could use the halter a little bit to get this done. But he tended to just keep his head to the left, so that wasn't an overly effective way of doing things. So just maintain a bit of pressure and just hold and wait. You sort of turn into a statue a little bit. Step back a little bit. We're waiting for him to lean back. Now he moved a little, so I'll release his tail and then we'll try again. And he's thinking. Rhoni's a thinker. He's going to be patient. Change the angle just a tiny bit. He goes away a little. It's not right, but I still release for it. Try again. He's thinking, he's thinking. What does this guy want? And he steps back. So I'll give him a good scratchings for that. Try one more time. And he steps back perfectly. So on a perfect step backwards, that was plenty for me. We'd already done quite a bit. Call it a day. So hopefully that's kind of interesting. I actually think that this is, you know, a good series to do where I'll do a live stream and I might do something in there. And it might be successful, like with Rhoni, or it might be unsuccessful with Luke. And I want to feel like I'm stopped at the same spot. I'm gonna keep moving. I want to kind of say to everybody, you know, it's okay not to get something right away. If you feel like you're like, this is not gonna go well, I'm gonna tackle this another day. It's totally cool to do that. You're not letting them get away with something. You're just saying, I'm gonna do this a different time when I think I can get it right better. Yeah. Gorgeous. I love skies like that. That's the other way. So I hope that's interesting. I hope that you guys got something out of that little horsey check right now to let you know what's going on. Everybody's fine. Rhoni's still staying. He had a whole bunch on the ground, and he doesn't clean everything up. He's kind of picky that way, but he's also just an easy keeper. So we will top him up later. It's still early. Have some dinner soon, I suppose. What's going on, buddy? You are a good teacher. What? What do you want me to look at? You need a fresh bag, do you, Mr. Picky Pants? You got a little sand on your face, pal. Camera's not focusing. There we go. There. A little drowsy. Oh. The bugs are all over. Get rid of them. Nanner's good. Cool. So I will leave it at that. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Should be another great day. We're supposed to have some rather wonderful weather, sun. It's a little bit, tiny bit chilly at the moment, but it's been just a beautiful day. So thanks to everybody that came in. Thank you very much for watching this and joining me on a little bit of a horsey check and an update on what happened today with the live streams. It's good. It's great to have you here. So we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Hopefully you are having a good day, evening, morning, night, afternoon when you watch this. And the blue sky cheers you up as much as it cheers me up. Because it is. It's just, motorcycles have been out. It's been noisy. But you know, when you see just this expanse of nature, Mother Nature is out there recovering. There's been a lot of studies actually that animals are out and about, or pictures of animals out and about in towns and cities, and the skies are clearer. I think I can smell the air is a little bit cleaner, and pollution has gone way down. Less planes, less cars. So there's some positivity here and there. So, okay guys, I will see you guys in tomorrow. Thanks for coming in. Till then.